Now, our next guest is betting big on that San Francisco Bay Area. His commercial real estate firm just invested $40 million into an office building in the city, saying now is the right time to get in. Let's bring in Greg Flynn, CEO and founder of Flynn Properties and the Flynn Group. Greg, thank you very much for being here with us today. We just heard Kate give us a report on one aspect that's become very high profile with regard to the aura around San Francisco. You are shaking off some of that. Tell us why you think now's the time to get into the Bay Area.
I would never bet against San Francisco in the long run. It just has too much going for it, from its physical beauty to its intellectual assets and educational infrastructure, and just sort of a culture which has always been, experimental and, progressive, but that's yielded a lot of wealth and a lot of attractions over time. And, the city has gone through some challenges for sure. That's been true in the past, and it's always come back. And I don't see any reason why it won't come back this time. I think the recovery in the downtown area is exacerbated by remote work in particular, but the city outside the downtown area is very busy, very vibrant, mostly very clean. There is a homeless issue in San Francisco, as in pretty much all major cities. It's being dealt with more cooperation and determination than I've ever seen before. Many neighborhood groups are forming to try to address it. Mayor Breed is getting more serious about it. Her principal rival is very serious about it. And the state government is getting very serious about it. So I think all signs are pointing toward, a tackling of that issue as best as possible in a modern city. And it only really is a problem in a very small part of the city.
Now, can you take us through some of the details? Not all of them. I know that we don't have the time for that, but the particulars behind why you're putting this $40 million into this particular investment project. What exactly are you aiming to do, and what type of properties are you aiming to develop?
Sure. So, it's a real estate investment. So, of course, we hope to make money. But how is, by getting the timing right on buying and then owning in, a market recovery. We've done this through 3 cycles now. The office market in San Francisco has always been very volatile, right? I mean, it has these wild swings in demand related mostly to technology, and supply always lags it. And so there are just dislocations between those two things that throw up great variation in availability, and therefore rents swing wildly. They really ramped up before COVID, and rents were $90, $100 plus dollars a foot. Office values got to $900,000 a foot. And now they're back down in the 50s and 40s. Rents are in the 50s and 40s. Values have fallen from $900 a foot to $350 a foot. The institutional investors are on the sidelines. This always happens in the bottom of the cycle. The lenders are out of the market. And if you can, assemble the capital and you have, the nerve and the wherewithal to last what could be a very slow recovery, it's a good time to buy. I think it's the trough right now. So that's the business reason to do it. There's a personal reason, too. I'm from San Francisco. I do believe in the city's recovery. And, I think that if I really believe in it, I ought to, and I am investing behind that idea. A better example of that belief is probably the Huntington Hotel, which we bought last year. The Huntington was historically one of the best hotels in San Francisco. Beloved, iconic hotel. But it had gone into, several decades of becoming a little long in the tooth, a little more mediocre. It closed in COVID and never reopened. It sits right on top of Nob Hill across from the Huntington Park. It's a beautiful physical property, historic architecture. And it was just a symbol of the city's decline for a lot of people, the fact that it was sitting there closed. Well, we bought it. We paid a fraction of what the former owner had spent to buy it. And that gives us the ability to invest a large amount of money, over $80 million into it, to make it the best hotel in San Francisco. I think it can and will be that. And it is a symbol of the resurrection, I think, of San Francisco, that this once great icon is back. And I take personal satisfaction in being part of that resurrection and part of the larger process of the city coming back.
Greg, I know that I'm a California Bay Area native myself, and so I pay close attention to many of these dynamics you're speaking of. I wonder, as a final point, you're a business person doing business in the Bay Area in California. I've spoken to a lot of folks who say that California and the Bay Area is no longer business friendly. How do you respond to that?
So we do business in 44 states and 3 countries, and I would put California, low on the list of business friendly in the sense of low regulation, low taxes, but it also has very, strong consumer demand, valuable assets, and I dare say most of the billionaires in the country probably come from California at this point. Most of the most valuable companies come from California. There is plenty of money to be made in California, notwithstanding a difficult business environment. And, I definitely understand where the regulations come from because there's so much wealth being created. Frankly, it is a little bit fair that it gets shared around and addresses some of society's most pressing problems, and it's not stopping the creation of wealth. I myself live in San Francisco. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to pay the taxes. I've got plenty left over after that. I think other people should see it that way too. If wealth gives you, if it doesn't give you the ability to live where you actually enjoy living, then what's the point?
Sure.
And I don't mind paying a little bit more tax.
All right. Greg Flynn, it's a much longer conversation. We'll have to have you back again soon to finish it. Thank you.